All right, okay, everybody. This is my new channel. I don't know if everybody can hear me or not, so please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I wanted to do this story today because it's right close to home. It's within 10 minutes of me, and well, 5 minutes actually. I mean, it's really close. Um, so, um, and it's a story out of Clearfield, Utah. I want to know. My question is this systemic? Um, and I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. Let me go ahead and present this video here. We're just gonna kind of go through. It's not a real long video, but I don't know if everybody's seen this story or not. But I wanted to share it with you, just in case, so everybody can hear me. Okay, good. Um, Let me just play just a little part of this. Now, this comes to us from the civil rights attorney, right? And I had no idea this was happening. Just watched it a few days ago, and it's like right in my backyard. So we're gonna talk about doing some further investigation and some follow up on this as well. But just to kind of give you an idea of what happened here. Here we go.
Hey, crosswalk. You're doing something weird. Okay, put your hands behind your back then. I'm telling you. Put your hands behind your back. I'm telling you.
This police officer just violently arrested a local Special Olympics medalist who was just trying to walk home to his apartment after singing karaoke at a local bar, which is his favorite thing to do. The officer said that he looked suspicious, so he followed him.
Yeah, kind of weird that you're in the parking lot this late at night. You don't want to talk?
I'm not doing anything. Leave me alone.
And when he saw him allegedly jaywalking, he went in for the kill.
Can't cross the road like that. What are you doing out here, man?
My apartment right here. That's why I'm crossing.
There's not a crosswalk right there.
Other people do it.
Okay, doesn't mean that you can. Okay, don't go anywhere. Let me see your ID. You cross the road when there's not a designated crosswalk. You're doing something weird. What are you doing?
Walking home.
Is doing something weird illegal? Is that a crime? You tell me, guys. The guy's just walking home from a bar, and he sees this cop following him. I'd walk a little faster too, especially if the creepy cop isn't, coming right out and talking to me. That's what's weird. Is he's being stalked by a cop. Yeah, the cop was doing something weird. Good catch, Utah defender. um,
Without a designated crosswalk, which you are legally obligated to do. Okay, put your hands behind your back.
okay, so he said you can't jaywalk, right? But if there's no lights in Utah, if there isn't a street light, like red, yellow, green, on both sides, you can walk across the street on like a residential area where there's no lights. There's no stoplights or go lights, so to speak. So he got this statute completely wrong, and he's demanding ID. And now that the guy doesn't want to give him his ID, his name is Sean, by the way, doesn't want to give him his ID. This is what happens.
Back then. I'm telling you. Put your hands behind your back. I'm telling you. I've done.
This is the officer explaining to his supervisor why he just beat up a Special Olympics medalist.
Pull up right here. I see him jaywalk right across the street. Told him, hey, well, you crossed without a designated crosswalk. You have to identify yourself now. Figured that his mannerisms were pretty weird, but I don't know if he was necessarily like on drugs or I guess he's handicapped. Just kind of kicked his feet out from under him.
But fortunately, a guy who works at the local bar with...
No, I just kind of kicked his feet out from under him. The usual.
The karaoke was taking place that night is a really good friend to this individual. And when he found out what happened, he made sure that the prosecutor knew the truth about what happened here and that the criminal charges were dropped. And he insisted on getting the footage, getting the body cam, getting the dash cam. He provided it to me, and now I'm providing it to you. This is absolutely egregious. Let's go through it.
Hey, Mr. Brian. I just want to say thank you for posting my video and helping me. Thank you so much.
If there's one thing I've realized being a civil rights lawyer, it's that we are all being spied on, and if not by our government.
Thanks for coming in, Stephanie. I know you were modding for somebody else, but I appreciate you. I am putting this up on my new old channel. Hopefully, we can get more people over here in the future. I'm only going to be doing like reaction videos over here and auditing. Thanks for coming in, KY Reacts. I know you didn't even know I was doing this. You must have just crossed a live feed somewhere. Um, but we're talking about a kid in Utah. Kid, he's a grown adult. Um, that basically has been abused and harassed because apparently this isn't his first time that they followed him home. I think he said, or somebody said this has happened like 4 times to him. So it's police harassment, and we know what it is. We probably can't prove it, but we know that's what it is. Welcome, Let's OTVO. You are welcome on this channel, um, and appreciate you being here.
Than by somebody else, and probably both. Every minute that you spend online, companies are keeping track of where you are and what you are doing. Even if those companies don't have nefarious intentions, the government, if it wants to, knows just where to find that data. That's why I protect myself with private internet access, which is a VPN, a virtual private network. It keeps you safe in private by covering up like a mask.
Okay, well, we don't want to watch
Downloads PIA's privacy
his commercial here. I mean,
in the Special Olympics. This video was brought to me by a good friend of his who first met him through karaoke, which is Sean's favorite thing to do. He does not drink. He goes to this bar and he sings karaoke. He absolutely loves it. And that's what was happening on the night in question. He was at this bar and he had just been singing karaoke with his friends, and he's walking home to his apartment. He lives in this nearby apartment. He doesn't have a way to drive home, but he
just so everybody knows, this bar is right near the Air Force Base, and there's a lot of retired military folks that go in there. Um, I don't know too much about the bar. I've never been there, but that's my understanding. Is it's kind of a place for retired veterans to go to, or um, just regular veterans, I guess. So they kind of hang out. It's a hangout, and so I'm probably gonna give that bar a visit.
walks home as he's entitled to do as an American citizen. He had been harassed once before, or several times before, possibly by the Clearfield Police Department while walking home after the bar closed. So on this particular evening, he sees this police car begin to follow him. And it continues to follow him. And he's committed no crime. He's done nothing wrong. Yet now he feels like he's in danger, or he feels like he's being treated like a criminal. So
Hey, Brandon, good to see you. And Mr. Carey.
he begins to walk faster. No crime has been committed. No crime has been.
Howard County Observer. Yep, no, they're not good cops either. You're right. I don't know if you've seen this video before. If anybody's seen this video before, let me know.
Reported. You just have this man. He has disabilities. He walks a little differently due to his disabilities. Officer Fratto, he thought that that was suspicious. He continues to follow him and he pulls up beside him and he begins to question him.
Why are you running?
Yeah, following.
Yeah, kind of weird that you're in the parking lot this late at night.
Kind of weird that you're following him this late at night. He's just trying to walk home.
I'm not too itchy. Leave me alone.
Okay. Why are you running though?
Yeah, following me.
Why are you running? Because you're following me. And he says, I'm fed up with this. Because it's not the first time that they followed him home. I think it's systemic, and we're gonna dig into that. I've already asked Utah Defender if he'll see if this come with me and see if this is going to be something that's systematic. Where I mean, how many other people are they harassing just on their way home from the bar? Um, automatically you're a criminal because you're walking late at night. Come on, it's messed up.
Fed up with what?
No.
You don't want to talk?
No.
How come?
Quit phone. Go away.
He just saw him walk across the street heading for his apartment complex, right? But he's going to try to misconstrue it as jaywalking. What a jerk.
Even though he knew that no crime had been committed, he wants to stop and detain Sean. He wants to obtain his ID. He wants to investigate him. He has a hunch. He sees Sean cross the street and he says, aha, he was jaywalking. I will use that as the predicate crime to now detain Sean. So as Sean is almost to his apartment, and the apartment complex.
Yeah, Howard County Observer, I know that you're being facetious, but when you state it like that, there's somebody new that might be in here, they might think that's true. It's illegal to walk through private businesses' parking lots. It's illegal to run. It's illegal to cross the street to get to the other side. Yeah. Ridiculous, right?
Complex parking lot. The officer jumps out of his car and he trots over to Sean and he confronts him where he says, you're jaywalking and
Good to see you, Tennessee Transparency.
now you need to give me your ID.
Okay, you have to stop now. Okay, can't cross the road. Can't cross.
Tyrants beware. Good to see you too. I thought this might be a good time for you.
This road like that. What are you doing out here, man?
My phone right here. That's why I'm crossing.
There's not a crosswalk right there.
Other people do it.
Okay, doesn't mean that you can.
They don't get in trouble. So
Okay. Well, I saw you crossing the street like that. You have your ID on you?
Yeah.
Or can I see it?
No, so I'm not doing it.
Well, I just told you that you crossed the road like that, no crosswalk, it's breaking a crime. So I have a legal right.
Okay. What is breaking a crime, guys? I'm not going to let that officer live this down. In fact, I think when I go to the police department, I'm going to go, hey, I'm not breaking a crime. So I think I'm going to use that when I go there. And of course, I'm going to go there with cameras on. I'm going to ask to talk to the chief about this guy because it's pretty egregious what he did. And I think it's systematic within the department. I don't care if he says he's got a lot of, training since then and all this. And they're still covering for the guy, and they didn't do anything to him. This cop is outrageous. He needs outrageous. He needs to go. He's ticking time bomb, in my opinion. I think he's going to do somebody some real harm one of these days because of his actions in this case.
To identify you now. So let me see your ID.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, on the freeway it is. Not down here. I know the law.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Let me see your ID.
Leave me alone or I'll be fired. Go away.
Okay, I told you you're.
Let me turn my camera on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. How do I do that? Don't go anywhere. You're all detained. You're detained. You're detained. Don't go anywhere. Oh my God.
Staying right here. You cross the road when there's not a designated crosswalk. Okay. You're walking over from there in the middle of the night. You're doing something weird. Where's your ID?
Please. I walked over here. She was following me. I didn't do anything.
You walked from over there in the middle of the night. Empty parking lot. None of those businesses are open. What are you doing?
Walking home
From where?
from the bar.
Yeah, Tennessee transparency, and apparently, yeah, his own chief said he didn't recognize that this man had disabilities. You know, that's uh, there needs to be some training with some of these cops. I mean, they can't tell when somebody's got some disabilities, so there's something wrong there. And if you have an idea that there might be, maybe you should kind of back up and give them a little bit of a break here to and figure it out before you just go hands on, right?
From where?
From the bar. Some lounge.
Where'd the bus drop you off at?
Chop.
Yeah, he didn't say he took the bus. Oh my god! There was probably a bus stop right outside the bar. He probably didn't want to say he was coming from the bar. So what?
Bullshit, but they're not running.
Okay. Where's your ID?
Seriously, haven't done nothing.
What?
Seriously, haven't done nothing. I was just walking home. That's all I'm doing.
I getcha.
So leave me alone.
I need to see your ID.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I didn't do anything.
I just told you. Yes, you did. Cross the road without a designated crosswalk. Okay.
No,
So-
that's only on the freeway.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
There's no crosswalks on a freeway. Okay. So we can keep doing this. You can give me your ID, or I can put you in handcuffs, and then I can figure out your identification that way. So what is it going to be?
I didn't do anything. I was just walking home. You are following me.
Yeah.
That's why I was walking fast.
Okay. So let me see your ID.
Sick of cops doing this to me every.
So let me see your ID. I mean, they're just hooked on this ID thing, man. It irritates the heck out of me. He's already assuaged his suspicions. You know, I'm just coming home from the bar. I'm just going home. You're following me. It's causing me to walk fast. You're making me nervous. Just leave me alone. Isn't that enough? Just leave the guy alone. And there's an interview with the chief saying that there was alarms going off at some of the businesses there. I didn't hear any alarms. Ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous statement. Remember, this poor citizen went through this 3 other times, or maybe 4 other times prior to this. So they are personally targeting him. And I think they might be personally targeting others as well. It's systematic, I think. And that's what we want to look into because it's just not cool.
Every time I walk home.
Okay. Are you going to give me your ID or not?
We've seen police officers use this dirty trick against pedestrians in other videos that I have done. And in fact, in the last video I looked up the law and it wasn't actually a crime. I believe that's the case here. So I looked up the Utah statute 41-6A-1003. Just like the last state that we talked about, the jaywalking statute actually says between adjacent intersections at which traffic control signals are in operation, a pedestrian may not cross at any place except in a marked crosswalk. So the jaywalking statute only applies to specific locations where there are basically traffic lights at both ends. Doesn't apply to him walking home from the bar where he was walking through this suburban area, through parking lots and across residential streets where there are no traffic lights. As you'll see, they did not, because they could not subsequently charge Sean with jaywalking because he did not.
Well, here's another thing too, Stomper. It's not illegal to be out drinking at a bar and then going home, especially if you're walking. I mean, it's not like he's walking out in the street or something, and you know, I mean, he crossed the street, but it's not like he was continuously walking out in the street, staggering all over the place, causing some sort of a scene or disturbance. He wasn't. So
not commit any crime. The cop was actually mistaken.
Do you want me to have you fired? I can do that.
Can you?
Yeah?
How?
Call them.
Okay. Give me your ID.
Go away. Well, I will.
Okay.
Have you fired.
Do you want to go in handcuffs and I can identify you that way?
I didn't do anything.
I just told you, yes, you did.
I was just walking across the street. That's not doing anything.
Without a designated crosswalk, which you are legally obligated to do.
No, other people do it. They don't get in trouble.
I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about you right now.
That's not
Charlie 27 to 78. We're going to be out of Pepperidge Apartments. Pepperidge Apartments.
Right now. I can have you fired. Go away. I haven't done nothing.
Yes, you did.
You guys always do it to me when I've done nothing. That's harassment.
Right there. So, like so he says, this is, you're always doing this to me. It's harassment. He's just trying to walk home from the bar, and apparently this isn't the first time they've done this, right? And I think he's a little irritated by it, and he has every reason to be irritated by it because they're harassing him. They're asking him for his ID. They're just stopping him, stopping his movement of travel. And by the way, I'm not going to highlight any questions that are not part of this conversation that we're having or part of this video. So, I mean, it doesn't even make any sense to what we're doing here. I am going to highlight this one though. When a cop threatens you with handcuffs, what he's actually doing is threatening you with violence. I just learned this. Yeah, you are learning a lot, Utah Defender. Yeah, and you didn't learn that from me, so I don't know where you got it, but you got it from somewhere. Must be all the videos you're watching. Hey, have you seen this one? Hey, have you seen that one? We're sending videos back to each other continuously. So, all right, Brandon. In my state, it's not illegal to use a crosswalk. To not use a crosswalk. It's not, especially if there's no street lights in the state of Utah, too. You know, stoplights. If there's not a stoplight on each side of that road, it's not illegal to cross the road without a crosswalk. So, as long as you don't impede traffic, perfect. Yeah, you got the same law here in Utah. So he was misinterpreting the law. The cop was anyway.
40's fine. No?
That
You-
is harassment.
you committed a
Go
crime.
away or I'll be fired.
You committed a crime. I have a legal right to identify you. So
Yeah,
either you are going to give me your ID, or I am going to put you in handcuffs, and then I'm going to find your identification anyway. So what is it going to be?
Crime. I haven't done any crime.
No?
No.
Okay, put your hands behind your back then.
I'm
Okay,
I'm telling you.
put your hands behind your back.
I'm telling you, I haven't done nothing. I haven't done nothing.
Give me your hands.
Help.
You know, Tennessee transparency, I can absolutely believe that. I can. It needs to stop. These kind of cops need to be done away with. Because I mean, so what if he was jaywalking? That's an arrestable offense. You're going to put a guy in handcuffs just simply because he doesn't want to ID to you because he disagrees with you about whether it's against the law to cross the street where he's at. Ridiculous. It's all about power and control, and you have to have it under every circumstance. Come on, man. Use your brain. And if you don't have the brains as a police officer, I swear they hire the stupidest people that there are. And I wonder, this guy better not have been from the military. I'm telling you.
In his police report, Officer Frato stated as follows. It was at this time I attempted to place the male into custody. However, as I latched onto his left arm, he pulled his hands away and prevented the lawful arrest. After a few seconds of struggling with the male, I proceeded to sweep his legs out from underneath him, lying the male face down as I was able to straddle his hips and lower back and place his right arm behind his back. I continued to give the male commands to relinquish his left arm, which he was tucking away into his chest. However, he continued to resist.
31, can you step it up? We're fighting.
Let's OTVO. That's a good point. I think that should stop too. I don't think cops should legally be able to lie to people either. I think it's just, I know they trick real criminals. Hey, this guy, he just turned on you, blah, blah, blah. I know it can be effective in criminal investigations, but I don't agree with it. I don't think lying under any circumstances is justified, whether you're a cop or not. And I think that practice needs to stop. Thanks, Daisy May, for being here. And of course, you did see it. It's first qualification, Cliff Hire, the most stupidest people there are. I know. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Fighting.
Let me get up and I'll tell you. I'll get up. Let me get up and I'll tell you.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
I haven't done nothing.
Give me your hand.
Get up.
Give me your hand. Okay, I'm going to walk you over to my car, okay?
I haven't done nothing. Why are you doing this? I haven't done nothing.
Okay, I already told you.
I was just
Walk over to the
walking
car.
on.
Can you walk?
Here's the problem. If you don't listen to them, you're not listening. Now you're under arrest. Is it any wonder that we don't respect these thug cops? Yes.
My stuff's probably getting stolen. I'm not going to have it.
There's 4 other guys right here that watch your stuff. Go ahead and take a seat. Take a seat.
Let me ask you. You really going to take me to jail?
I'm going to have you sit down for a second.
You're really going to take me to jail over all this? It's like, yeah, they love to take people to jail. Are you kidding me?
Excuse have bruises on me.
I think he was actually trying to give the cop a break. You might want to think twice about taking me to jail over something like this, dude.
Jesus Christ. Does he need medical attention?
What did he just say? He said, Jesus Christ.
He has a scuff on his elbow. I don't know what else he has, but I've already asked him. He's like, I haven't done anything. So I tried asking him.
I believe that the guy in the black shirt is the supervisor of Officer Frato. And to be honest, throughout the footage where he's on the scene, you can kind of read in his eyes. He's like, all right, what the hell were you thinking? You really screwed up. But at the same time, does he let Sean go? No. He sort of.
No, and he covers for him. That's enough of that one. I don't want to play all of this. If you haven't already seen this and you want to see the whole thing, go to the civil rights attorney, the lawyer's channel. And Stephanie, if you could put his channel in the chat, I'd sure appreciate it. I actually forgot to put it in the description, so that's why I don't want to play the whole thing either. I don't want a copyright strike, so I'm just a small channel, so he's probably not going to worry about it. Next thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to play a news story. about what happened here. This one's 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. And the reason why they are actually showing this is because of all the views that the civil rights attorney got. So here's Sean. Here we go.
Thinking about what happened to me.
Special Olympian Shawn Nicholas has come to this bar in Clearfield for years, where he sings karaoke and gathers with retired military members.
They kind of doxed him here, but that, I mean, I don't. He probably didn't mind. He's probably liking the exposure because it's going to help him in his lawsuit, and he is suing. So, and I think that's great.
But on one early morning over the summer, Shawn was walking home from this bar and was stopped by police. I'm Maya Constantino in Clearfield. A YouTube video of the incident has gone viral, with people accusing the officer of misconduct. The video already has over 330,000 views. The officer's footage shows Nicholas walking in what police say was a dimly lit closed business area around 3 a.m. back in July. Police say they asked Shawn to stop multiple times, but he didn't. Police say that
Bull butter. They didn't ask him to stop multiple times. Come on, man. Even in the body cam, it doesn't say that. So why are the police saying they asked him to stop multiple times? And why is the media saying it? Ridiculous.
Nicholas also said no when police asked for his ID.
You have your ID on you?
Yeah.
Or can I see it?
So he did say, yeah, he had his ID.
No, something not doing.
No, because I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime is being committed or about to be committed. He didn't articulate any of that. The cop didn't. So, Galveston Island Transparency, good to see you, brother.
Well, I just told you that you cross the road like that, no crosswalk, it's breaking a crime. So I have a legal right to identify you now.
So how do you guys like that term that the officer just spewed out there? You're breaking a crime. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's pretty funny, the way he misspoke. You're breaking a crime. I got a kick out of that, man. I'm going to use it when I go into talk to the police chief. I'm not here to break any crimes. Oh, my Lord.
So let me see your ID.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Mike Miller, a friend of over 10 years, says this is the 4th time Shawn has been stopped by police.
Courts have said an officer's hunch is not reasonable suspicion. You know, you have to have a specific, reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime, not just because, like the cop kept telling him in the video, you're being weird. What are you doing? That is not suspicion of a crime.
Well said. We couldn't have said that better, right? I mean, this guy, I'm wondering, does he watch our stuff? Does he watch the community stuff? That's why he's knowledgeable about this. I'll bet he has. I can't wait to talk to him. And I'm going to.
That does not give you carte blanche to creep next to somebody, follow them, harass them.
Clearfield police say that the officer didn't recognize that Shawn was possibly disabled and thought he was intoxicated and acting unusual. Police stopped Shawn for jaywalking and say that he was walking in an area that's known for criminal activity.
Find your back then.
So what? So what? Why did they always use that excuse? He was walking in an area that's known for criminal activity. So that gives you an excuse just to ID the guy and say he's suspicious because he's walking in the middle of the night on his way home from a bar. And he's not even really jaywalking. because it doesn't. The statute doesn't say he's jaywalking. Yeah. Yeah, what a coward the cop is, even if he was jaywalking, which he wasn't. The Utah state statute says he was not jaywalking because he's not in the right area to be considered jaywalking. He's in a residential area with no street lights that cause you to stop and go. So there's no crosswalks in those areas. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to everybody. Ridiculous.
I'm telling you.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm telling you, I've done it. Do nothing.
Give me your hands.
Miller has helped Sean through the court process. He says Sean and his family are moving forward with a lawsuit.
Yesterday, he had trouble sleeping. He's had nightmares. He really doesn't like walking home anymore. This is not actually the first time that they've harassed him on his walk home.
Police said in a statement they were making adjustments to training, behavior, and evaluations following people's concerns of conduct shown in the footage. They said the officer was justified in using force to subdue Sean, but also said
Okay, so justified in using force to subdue Sean when they didn't have a reason to even subdue him in the first place. No legitimate lawful reason. And yet that's the line they're going to take. They're covering for the officer who clearly messed up. And they're letting him get away with it. They're letting him not be held accountable for his actions. My opinion, egregious. Absolutely egregious. Now there's another story in here by, it's an update. It's an update by the civil rights lawyer. And I want to play just the news story in that one because it says a lot. And the civil rights attorney also said that, yeah, that there should be not just more training, but that officer should be gone. And I tend to agree. So here's a different news agency that's local. Let me go ahead and present it. That talked about this case as well. Oh, yeah. And by the way, I got this banner up here. It says, please like, share, and subscribe. And I do have the same PayPal account, same Buy Me a Coffee account. If you'd like to donate to the channel, I'd sure appreciate it. That's my grift, and that's it. That's all there is. All right, here we go.
Picked it up and ran with the story.
That man's name is Sean. He was leaving the Summit Lounge on July 25th, and that's when a police officer stopped him on his walk home and kept questioning him.
I come to this bar, have fun, do karaoke and dance.
This is Sean Nicholas. He says he's a Special Olympics athlete.
Basketball, bowling, softball. I just think it's my second home because I've been coming here for years.
Put your hands behind your back.
So he's been going to that bar for years. It's his second home. He always walks home, probably closes the bar down because he's having fun, right? And he just walks home every night. And these cops harass. Why? It's ego. It's got to be ego. Like, we got to harass people. That's doing our job. I'm looking for some action. Those kind of cops need to go. They really do. Hey, Double Up, it's good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. All right, let's continue on here.
The video now gained over 300,000 views on YouTube. What was your reaction?
Am I allowed to cuss? We were really, really.
What was your reaction? Am I allowed to cuss? I love it. I love it. Yeah, we should all be cussing.
angry. He comes in here, he's everybody's friend.
Does this make you lose faith in the police department?
Absolutely. They released a statement saying that the officer was well within his rights for the use of force that he did. And I think it's obvious that that wasn't the case.
Moving forward, Sean wants to see one thing.
I just want them to leave me alone. Let me walk through that area I was walking through.
And I just want them to leave him alone too, but I want them to leave everybody else alone too that might be in the same situation. What are these cops are not only just doing this to him, they've got to be doing it to other people too. And that's what we want to find out. We want to find out if there's a systematic thing going on where they're harassing certain individuals or certain types of people. That's what I want to look into. So that's all I got on this, folks. I just wanted to let people know that this is right in my backyard and that I am going to be looking into some things. And I think I can't really speak for Utah Defender, but I think he's willing to help me with it too. So that's all I got. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I'm going to use the same outro that I've used on my other channel, simply because I don't have another outro at all. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, you know what? It plays automatically. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. Thanks, everybody, for being in here. Please like, share, subscribe this new channel, and get all your friends to do it too. The sooner I can get to 500, the sooner I can get monetized, and pay for some of the things that I need to pay for, to make sure that I can do some auditing out there, and all of that other stuff. Plus, I need to make some money too. So here we go. Thanks.
In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the quiet of the night, we'll keep the watch, we'll hold on tight. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll stand tall. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over this sacred land.